It's a green looking Monday. Isn't this beautiful? We started the weekend nice and green and we walked into Monday and things are pumping again. We've got XEC 12% here on Banter Bubbles. I've got Link 9% leading the charge. I mean, it's so nice to see Link moving like this. Even Solana's looking decent. So guys, we've got quite a few setups to get through today. We've called already a couple of bangers. We got that wild one earlier on Sheldon's show. There's a lot to look at here. Is it too late to go long? Not necessarily, but we need to be smart about where we are taking positions and where we are longing. We don't want to now FOMO in too late, so we need to assess this situation properly. I've got Bruce here with me today. He's going to join us. We may have one or two other guests coming along the way. Here's Bruce. Round of applause for Bruce. Welcome to Monday trading session. We're green. We're making money. It's been a good few days. And long may this continue, guys. So let's get right into it here. Bruce, what are you in at the moment, Bruce? Or what did you do this weekend?
I actually took profit on a number of things. I took a chunk on Sol. I took a chunk on Tomo. I closed out a BLZ. So right now I just woke up and I'm not in anything. But I'm excited for the way things are moving.
Well, you've missed a little bit of action in the last few hours. It's been quite exciting. We got into this wild... I keep calling it wild because it is wild, but
it's wild.
I think it's
and it really sucks to sleep because the good stuff happens while we're sleeping. What am I going to do?
So this was a little scalp for us, guys. If you were watching Sheldon's show earlier, you would have seen we traded this WLD right off this 382. We broke the trend, little pullback onto the 382, which at the time we pulled the high from this low to this high up here. We were over there. We bought that 382 pullback, and this thing's absolutely ripped. So I've taken profit. I'm out of this trade, and the reason I jumped out, guys, if you are still in it, I didn't like the look of this reaction at the 50-day MA. So I thought I would take what the market's going to give me. If it carries on, sure, we've got the 618 as a target, and we've also got this 166, and then that high at 1.7. Those are all potential targets, but WLD's been good to us, and I didn't want to stretch it and be too greedy. Right, so we got some more setups coming for you guys. I see we got the usual crew in the house here. The comments are coming through. I'm going to try and deal with all these comments as well, guys. Hello everybody. I see Michelle's back, D Saker's back. All the guys are here. It's so good that we got the nice the locals are back supporting. Let's look right into Bitcoin quickly, Bruce, and see what the deal is. We've got the same range again. Playing this game, we did get a nice move though. This weekend we were looking on Friday, we were saying we're getting a rejection here. What happened? We got it down onto this 382. We got the beautiful bounce, and again we got the rejection at the 618, which was a major area for us. We didn't like this area very much. It was a rejection zone. We had that 618. Then we had this nice little range this weekend. The alts went up, the alts went down, up, down, but we've broken through. So now this is very important for us. We want to see this hold as support. I certainly do. So this 26,800 level for me is quite an important zone now. I'm going to pull a trend as well just to show you guys how I build this and why I like this area. You can see there's a little trend now coming up. So I don't really want to lose that trend. So if we get weakness on BDC, I don't want to see this situation where we drift down. It's going to affect where we are on our longs with some of these alts. And I want to see green alts. We want this to continue. So we want the alts to have a healthy little pullback, load up again, and send it again for the next zone. So I want to see this 26,800 hold. That's my strategy. That's what I'm planning for right now. If we lose that, we got to reassess, look at another situation. Let's just take a look at this bigger time frame. So guys, this is still a massive area to deal with. We've in this confirmed downtrend on BTC. We've had a lovely bounce at this 25 region. You see how that tied in so nicely, but now we are in an absolute war zone up here. Look at this. It's the 382, it's the 50-day MA, it's the 200-day MA, it's the 200 week, it's the trend, and this is a hell of a level that we need to break through here, Bruce. If we do, it's going to be epic support. Well, I'd like to think it would be epic support, and that could confirm maybe we're in a nice bull move for a week or three. We'll see how it goes. How are you playing this area at the moment? What are you looking at here?
Well, I'm looking at. I mean, this is sweet. It's a cute little pump, and it broke the trend line. It's definitely battling against resistance right now. I'll start to become optimistic about this once Bitcoin breaks above 28 again, back into the range it was in before. Remember we had that huge drop off that you can see that one red candle there. But the range above that was kind of the battle against the 31,000. So I want to see if Bitcoin's got enough to get back into the game again and start battling 31,000. That'd be a real bullish indication.
But it's a nice start. We've broken a level. The Alpha fired. We got Solana coming to the party. I'm loving this whole situation. Okay, guys, so keep dropping in the comments what coins you need us to look at. It's just me and Bruce so far. So let us know. We'll try and pick up your comments. I'm going to run through some of the recap stuff that we had from last week. And let's see where we can get some entries. Bruce, you've got a few ready, I'm sure, as well.
I got a few.
So, let's jump straight into render, guys. We looked at this in detail on Friday, and we were talking about this render situation. I wanted to break through this old resistance. I wanted support. We even had a little flag we were forming there that we wanted to break out, get support on, and this has played out beautifully so far. So you can see render, we had this 50-day MA active support here with this horizontal area. So this was beautiful. So right now, the support for render is still this 1.54 region. And if BTC plays nicely, we should just really see render make its way up to the top of this area. That would be my target. Maybe even a wick up to ping this 200-day MA, guys, that you can see sort of at what's that, 1.78. So render is still on.
Maybe 12.5%. That'd be nice.
Do we long render right here? I think it's a tricky one. After we lose these great areas, once we've moved from these good areas, we need to change our strategy a little bit, and we need to start looking at flags. You need to start looking at the lower time frame if you're trying to catch these moves up. So we need to actually just dial in a little bit on render and just try and pick up a potential entry here. Let's get a fresh render chart and zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at this 1 hour. This is Coinbase. Wait, that's not the best looking one. Let's look at the Bybit chart. Okay, so here's the 1 hour on render. So what you guys want to do is we need to look for these flags. We need to look for break of trends, that sort of thing. So, I generally give the higher time frame stuff. So right now we do have a break of a 1 hour render trend that you can possibly work with. If you are looking for entries, I would say this is a support region to watch. And this is pretty much the same play that we had on Friday. Now we're just a little bit higher up, guys. So if you didn't get those entries on Friday when we teed them up, this is potentially your second bite. But now remember, we've moved on a little bit. So if you have to try and hunt for an entry, this is how you go about it. We've got a fib pull from the low, the 50-day MA, where it came down, support, bounce. We pulled the fib to the top. We've got a 382 now, horizontal, and a trend support here for render. So possible entry zone here for the scalpers. And then we've got the 618 lower down, which also makes sense to me over here. So there's a possible bounce area there for render. So if things are going to stay bullish, I'd like to see render hold that one, or perhaps this guy over here. And then don't forget, we do have the lows as the next area. So these are your three areas. Again, guys, the super high leverage guys, you need to keep those stops very tight or you're going to get hurt. The spot traders, the low leverage stuff, you can let things breathe a bit and play around a little bit. You can also obviously zoom out and look at much bigger zones like our original SR area and let it play all the way down there, down to this 1.52 level. Okay, so let's jump on to Sol now. So Sol, you guys, I was going on about Solana last week saying this thing's just feeling like it needs to move. We'd broken the trend, but it was stuck. It was stuck at this resistance the whole time. And now we finally got our little break that we were looking for. And it tied in perfectly with BTC just popping over that 618. So what I want to see now with Sol is exactly what I've drawn here that we spoke about earlier. If BTC pulls back to find support at this region here, so if we get this BTC pullback to 26,800, I would like to see Sol just pull back to this 19.3 region, somewhere in that area. And that for me would be a good area to load up some extra on Sol. I am already long Sol. We were buying these moves lower down. And then I would load up over here and then look for that move up. And then, you know, Sheldon and I both have similar targets. We're looking at this, I think it was the 22 region we were talking about earlier. So that sort of level, and you can see why we've highlighted this region. Look at this. It's a nice resistance zone to look for. Don't forget the 200-day MA, guys, and the 50-day coming in here. So there will be a little bit of a fight there as well. But that's what we want to see for Sol. Link. No, this is Lena. This is Lena. So this is a nice one to scalp. Lena, sometimes a late mover, but does know how to move. So I've always got it on my watch list. I like to scalp this thing just off some fibs, 618, 382s, that sort of stuff. You can see right now Lena is trying to hold this 382 over here. This is the Lena 4-hour, guys. So if we hold this area, I would like to see Lena just push up from here. Maybe a little argument at this trend, but I want to see this trend broken. And then that move there. So this is what I'm looking for on Lena right here, right now. If we lose that, well, we're watching these lows here, the 0.10 and the 618. So this is more of a scalp now. It's not a prime area. Prime areas are things like that and major regions. So if you're looking for scalper and Lena and the market stays all right, this is something I'm watching. Link, absolute beast mode, this thing. How's this? I was saying earlier I wanted a pullback here, Bruce. I wanted this pullback onto the 6.43. I don't know if we're going to get it now.
Doesn't look like he had.
I mean, we got this little flag, and I thought, well, now we're going to get this thing here, but it's taken off. So, guys, we might have to replan how we or readjust our plan here for Link. I wouldn't recommend buying a candle that is pumped already 10% in a day. It's a risky move. But what I would say, let's look for some kind of flag here on Link. You need to let things settle a little bit. We need to see how this plays out. Supports we can watch. 50-day MA, we can watch the 200-day MA, and then we can watch this main region over here. The reason I like this so much is because it's old resistance. We want to turn it into support, a nice strong buy area for us, and then we can really climb in and send that higher. So the dream scenario is a pullback onto this 382. If not, you're going to have to just be patient on Link. Don't FOMO in. Wait for a nice consolidation, a little bit of a flag, and see what happens there.
If you pull it to the 15-minute, I know you tend to do higher time frames, but on the 15-minute and you put that trend line in, it's drawing out pretty nicely.
Oh, look at that, Bruce. Guys, you know, this 15-minute stuff is Bruce's speciality here. I see there's a nice little support resistance flip here, guys. So this is what Bruce is saying. You dial in, look at that. Okay, so there is a little flag forming there on the lower time frames. Obviously, the higher time frames, guys, they are stronger areas, stronger levels, but it doesn't mean these things aren't tradable, and it doesn't mean these things can't fly off these areas. So look out for that. That's old resistance. Turn it into support. Here's the 200-day MA. Bruce, that was lovely. Thank you. Let's look for this flag here. Let's see what we get out of that. Okay, Bears, you want to look at that moving down. Bruce, that was power. Thank you. Okay, injective. I teed this one up earlier for you guys with some areas, and again, this market's just turned like beast mode here. We had these. I was pulling these fibs from the previous high. We were down here earlier, looking for support areas for you, but we've completely broken out of this trend now, and this is the 50-day MA now coming into play again for us. So this is something to watch. Best buys were obviously this weekend when we were feeling quite bearish and things were dipping lower and everyone was feeling negative. Those are your buys, guys. The best buys are when it's red and you're feeling uncomfortable. If you're trying to buy when it's green and everything's running, you've already missed the main move. How do we deal with this now? Let's zoom in a little bit closer here, Bruce. Okay, so I still like this main 382 region here. Yeah. This guy. This is still my main support, guys, and I've put an alarm here in the Discord for you, and we're going to run through some of these Discord things now because Simon's done a great thing in Discord with a Nakamoto trade. I think he was a TP on those. For those of you who are on Discord watching Nakamoto from Simon, that is TP zone. So I like the seven region, but when this market's flying like this, it's difficult to think we're going to come back soon to hit this region. Let's take a look here at lower time frame. I'm going to look at supports for you guys and buy zones. So I can immediately see here, Bruce, the 618 over there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Is that red your 200 or your 50?
The red is the 50-day MA, guys. So
and it seems to be holding there. And if you look across, and there's strong support to the left over there, so it may not come back down.
Okay, so how do we deal with injective? 50-day MA support.
Yeah.
382 fib support zone potentially. 618. I must say my high conviction play here would be the 618 pullback.
Sure.
I think we need to give this a little bit more time here.
Yeah.
Okay, there will be lower time frame moves here, guys, and scalps, but the safer moves are the ones that you move back to sort of higher impact areas. And after you've had a move like that, it's totally healthy for this thing to come back and settle a little bit into a good area. So I would say you want to mark this 382 as a potential, but my preferred area right now would be the 618 for injective on the 4 hour. That's 7.145. Danielle says they want the music a little bit lower. Okay, well, let's see what we can do there for you.
I'm getting comments on that.
We're going to turn it down for you. It is quite nice, though. I'm looking. I'm just turning down the music, guys. 1 second. Yeah. There we go. How's that? That should be better. Okay, guys, let's look at optimism. That's also been another great mover. We were looking for a break and retest on Friday, and that's exactly what they gave us. So we are a little bit late, I would say, for any further longs. The best longs were going to be on the support buys here that we got. So we got the break, we got the retest this weekend. So our support buys were 1.35. Optimism now needs to play out a little bit. It either needs to get to this trend, or it needs to come back and test these levels one more time. So optimism, there's no trade just yet here for me. I think it needs a little bit more time, either higher, guys, or lower. So I want to see it hit this trend, and then I want to see what happens here. We might get that rejection. The bulls want to let it pop out, retest here, and then send it higher. So let's look out for that reaction there. If we break through that trend, let's just look out for that little rejection, little pullback, and then we possibly can get some buys in over there. GRT I've got for you guys, classic trend break. How's this? We had this GRT off the that high from July. We had the trend break. We had the perfect 618 retest, guys. Always pull these fibs low to high. Higher the time frame, the better, the stronger they are. We had that trend break, pull back onto the 618, perfect little bounce. So guys, those of you who like GRT and you want to be long, strategically, or the best areas you want to look for your longs are going to be a retest of the support zone now. So we want to see it potentially pull back and hold that region. Okay. Otherwise, we want to see it print a new high and come back and find some support. So let's add this support area here. Okay, so right now this is a resistance type zone for GRT. So you need to be cautious here. This is not a current long area. So you want to see this thing pop up and come back, retest support, and then go, or you want to see the pullback onto the support region for a possible move over there. And then a higher resistance area that I like is the 0.0945 region. Okay, I see someone's looking for Algo. Mike says, is Jay joining? Jay, where are you? Come visit us, Jay. Okay, Simon can't make it today, but he is here in spirit. Drew says the music's good. Craig is here.
Hey, I'm here, guys.
Craig.
What's going on?
Wait. Let's give Craig a round of applause. There's Craig.
Yay! Craig!
Craig, what are you trading? What are you in?
I'm in ACH. I don't know why I went into that one. It just looked good in the morning. I actually don't know much about the project. I was in Doge and I was in ACH. I did TP a little bit on Doge. I TP mainly because I hit a very big order block. But ACH actually must look what the token actually is. But it's just been looking promising, you know.
I heard Jay talking about ACH this morning, guys. So it was on our watch list. I didn't get to take it, unfortunately. I had a FOMO long into Doge, so just because I saw the size of Sheldon's position, I thought I need to trade this thing. So
no, you must know something that we don't. That's what I was thinking.
I want to just go for that ride on Doge. Let's see what happens. So ACH, yeah. I mean, look, it's going to move with the market in general, I would say. Have you seen, Craig, how this 50-day MA is coming into play a bit lately? It's quite interesting. We're seeing it a lot on some of these altcoins. Okay, so ACH from the low to the high gave us a 382 pullback. Let's look over there. Okay, so that's our support. That's our bounce area. That's our long zone for now. If we are bullish on the market, we're looking for support buys there. Resistance is 0.0159. Do you have a target in mind there, Craig?
You know, I didn't. I just looked for, I got a good entry on an order block. And then I just thought, with this market running, I'm always TPing too soon, like I did with Doge. I thought I've got stop loss at entry, so I thought, okay, well, let me see how let me try give it a bit of a run.
Okay, cool. Well, guys, this is the plan. So yeah, for me, there's no buy in the middle here. The best buy was earlier. When was that? That was earlier today. Is Sheldon? Yeah. No way. Wait. Hold on.
What's happening today, guys?
I thought we were going to get a special guest today.
Hey, Sheldon.
Yo, what's happening, guys? What's happening?
It's nice to have you here. Talk to me about this Doge, bro. What's going on here? I got a total FOMO Doge long now.
Are you in?
I'm in, bro. I FOMO'd.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I decided to build some big positions. I think we're at that stage in the market. I think it's time to build some longer term positions. We start accumulating, but I got the small portfolio going as well. I think little pumps coming soon. We take profits on that. Ask me where's the jacket's been. And guys, well done. Like, I've been watching some of the streams. I sat last night. I watched some of them. You guys are kicking ass here. So, Joel, you've grown. You've absolutely rocketed through. Bruce, you've been rocking it. So we've got Craig here. What's happening, guys? Well done, guys. Super happy. That's why I even FOMO'd. I saw you guys were live, and I'm like,
dude, it's so good to have you here. It's so nice.
Yeah,
this is the Doge chart we're looking at, and this is, you can see why I FOMO'd into this thing. It just makes perfect sense. I'm loving this little break here. So we got this little break. So I just want to see this support hold here down to 0.062. I think we can add there. And then we're going to ride it up to this next trend. Look how nicely this trend ties in with this horizontal here.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it could be a nice little target forming here for us.
What is that target?
That is 0.0645.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be
Okay,
great.
we got that 618 a little higher. I mean, this is actually looking perfect for a little fake out and rejection there as well. So yeah, this is looking good. I like this a lot.
I see we got Chaos in the chat. Yeah, is he busy in the...
Yeah, he's in the chat. He couldn't make the stream today. So guys, Chaos, as you can see, he's laughing. He's got FOMO and everything. We've added this altcoin gem section to the Discord, the Banter Discord. The VIPs have access. Chaos is like a shitcoin extraordinaire. He finds these magical coins. He found CAS 7,000%. I mean, he's found all these ridiculous things. Anyway, he's posting in there. He's trading Nakamoto like an absolute machine on spot. He's currently taken profit now. He's at his profit zone using his indicators. So if you're not on the Banter Discord, you need to get on there. Follow what he's doing. He's setting alarms. He's pinging you every day with what's happening on that side. So get stuck into that.
It's super exciting for what's going to happen to this channel. This is basically possibly going to be our new home. So it's exciting. So I'm glad that people are coming in.
Bruce,
yeah, I lost the code. You know what? I was actually I look normal again. Yeah, because I was actually laying in bed, guys. I was laying in bed, like watching a movie, and then I saw you guys were live, and I'm like, screw it, let's put the lights on. Let's do a show.
it's so good to have you. I see Rodolfo is also, you know, we've got some locals here. We're forming a nice community of locals that join us all the time. Rodolfo is one. He's always around. Good to have you here. Bruce, I'm going to let you take the wheel for a bit. Do you want to show us what you're looking at the moment? Yeah.
Sure. Well,
I'm going to add your screen.
Okie dokie.
Wow. We're walking straight into a long.
Hello. Well, Doge, duh. I did one look at that. It was like, hello. That's like perfect. So yes, I will be, as soon as the show's over, I'm going to set this one up because I haven't traded Doge in forever and a day, so this is kind of exciting. But what I'm actually going to move it where I can not forget it. Thank you. Come back up here. Thank you. Right there. Okay. So we're going to come to everybody's favorite, which is Tomo, which has been our mother's milk for a while. Tomo is back in range. We've got this range play a couple times. Let me go to the 1 hour so you can see it better. We've done this. We've been doing this now for months. Basically, we're looking for it to stay in the range until it stops being in the range. So for now, basically, it's as simple as long the short, along the top. Along the bottom. Right, take a long from there and short the top, and that one of these times it'll break out of it and move to the next range. But until it does that, we're in really great shape. So being patient right over here, it might break over here, or it might come to the top. If it makes it to the top of the range, you might find a really good entrance right over there, and then confirm it when it breaks the trend. So that's what I'm watching right now. I did close the long yesterday. So that's
okay. So you're going to set an alarm for us on Discord, though. So when it pings it pings our area. Okay. So those of you on Discord,
while you're there, did you guys maybe jump to render quick? Who saw that 5 minutes? I wonder if it's going to continue or what's happening there. Maybe have a look there quickly.
So we just looked at the render.
Got a Binance. Got it 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, you jumped to.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, so we just looked at this render retest now.
Yeah.
It was a trend break 382 retest that we wanted. So yeah, there's some activity here.
Yeah.
I got a little bit more cash. I'm trying to see what to trade.
Well, look, your supporters was 382. The best entry was yesterday. But if you want to scalp something here, you might get. This is the 15 minutes. We've just got this 382 horizontal and trend pullback. So there's a possible move coming here on render, and then the bigger target, Sheldon, is the top of this range. Let's pull up the Binance. Yeah, it's the top of this range we're looking for. So the target is this 1.7 region. Guys, we're hunting for a trade for Sheldon. Drop in the chats quickly what you think he should be long or short.
Tell me what to. It's a small.
I
already got my big bags loaded, so I'm happy.
Okay, Fahad likes TRB. He always brings up TRB. Let's take a look at TRB. Daniel says you must look at Rune. Okay, here's TRB listening to us. Let's come back straight into this trend. Let's just zoom out a little bit, see what's going. Oh, yes. Okay. So we highlighted these rejection zones for TRB. I don't know if it's got more in the tank, but it rejected here at this 46 to 48 region. We blew straight through the 786, and now we're back where we started a week ago. Okay, let's take a look at this. It's amazing how it comes back to these levels, though. Never say never. Okay, here's a little trend for us. 618, guys.
Yeah.
Always, always, guys. When in doubt, just pull out that 618. You got to get that in your life if you're not using it. Low to the high, 618. Look at this power of the 618 with these alts. That's ridiculous. Is there an entry for me now on this time frame? No. Maybe on the shorter time frame you could try and scalp something, guys, but it starts getting a little bit tricky if you don't get those prime entries. That's why we focus so much on these 618s and these big areas. You saw that 618 pool was all the way back from the 22nd of August, guys. So it's a big time frame pool, and it gives us more weight. It makes it stronger for us. So those are your key areas. That was earlier. When was that? Monday the 18th. That was this morning at 2 a.m. That was your entry off the 618. Okay, so just hang in there a little bit. I wouldn't jump in there now. Nicholas, XRP is popping. Shall we look at this XRP situation?
How big is this?
Okay, so XRP, guys, we had this little 382 pullback. Trend break, retest 382, tested the 382 one more time. Look at the support, support. Okay, so we are now banging into the 200-day MA. There's an alarm here on the Discord, guys. When it pings that 200-day MA, you're going to get an alert. That's going to be a high reaction zone. Generally, we get a reaction at the 200-day MA on alts. If they break through and find support, they tend to motor. But often, like Trader Joe, for example, the minute it pings that 200-day, you get that big rejection immediately. So keep your eyes on this 200-day. There's no long here for XRP right now, in my opinion. And this is 4 hours. So look, the scalpers, you might find something on 15 minutes. Let's see what we can get on the 15 minutes. Craig, can you see any order blocks there and things like that?
On XRP, I'll have a look for you quickly.
Oh yeah.
You got?
So this is the 15 minutes. So you can see, guys, there's a little flag here. So you can play this flag game all day long. Little flag. When the market's bullish like this, you can play that game. But again, resistance area, you can see this area over here is a problem. So you need to just relax a little bit, let things settle. If you didn't catch that, you can see this rejection here. It was quite hard already from 0.507.
Yeah. Dylan, if you're looking for one that might be getting ready, take a look at unparalleled. I've traded this a number of times very successfully, so it looks like it's setting up. I'm on the 4 hour.
Okay.
Support.
I see someone saying here, I don't get the hype for Doge. So at the moment, for me, it's at a, you know, like, will it pop in 10 minutes or will it pop in a day or two? Like, I'm building a very high time frame position because for me, it's yeah. So reason being is we got a massive squeeze down within volume and we have a very near resistance. So you're going to have a volume spike. And the fact that we're on support, for me, I'm extremely bullish at this level. But it's only that $200,000 position, tiny leverage. So for me, it's a higher range play, and I do have a 15x on the short as a time frame. As Dill said, I think it goes up to 6.5 cents.
Guys, remember,
I was active yesterday, bro. Oh.
Sheldon called that last Doge move. And to everyone's surprise, actually, I was not interested in that Doge. Sheldon called that Doge, and that thing absolutely ripped. So when Sheldon calls Doge, I listen these days. I don't not join him, put it that way. It makes sense. If this market turns bullish, this Doge is going to rip, guys. It's going to rip.
It will rip. You just got to be a bit patient with it. That's it. Good day so far from the altcoins.
Yeah, they're
nice.
looking
if we
good.
Can have a lot more of this will be good. Even if it's just 5-6% ranges like this, it's exactly what we want.
Yeah, it's just my feeling now is we need to wait for like consolidation, even if it's on lower time frames and stuff like that. You don't want to buy the top of these candles now. like we're feeling excited, but we got to just play this smart now. We don't want to jump in too early, especially on high leverage, and then get rinsed on some kind of pullback, because we could very easily see BTC just come back to this 26.8, and it can undo a lot of the work that these alts have done today, but then still find support, and you might find yourself getting stopped out on that pullback, but it's just a 26.8 BTC pullback, and then we're up again. So I think you need to just keep your eyes on BTC now, guys, when you're jumping into alts as well.
Dylan, is it my imagination? There seems to be two different sets of tokens. One set of tokens follow Bitcoin. When Bitcoin pumps, they pump, like Solana, etc. And then there's another set of tokens that just do their own thing, like 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝗍, TOMO, SNX, etc. Is that,
I like 𝘕 as well. Is doing 𝘕 seems to do its own thing too. That BLZ that you were talking about does its own thing. TOMO, well, you're the TOMO expert here, so I like to jump into TOMO when we're not sure on what BTC is doing, guys. This is this link flag we're watching here, that Bruce called earlier. Just keep your eyes on that link flag. Where's Sheldon? Is he still here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just getting a quick call from the wife. I'm just saying hello to my little daughter, and then I'll be back. I'll be back.
Cool. We'll see you now. Farida wants to see perp. Let's take a look at perp. And I think Wild is moving to a back to its entry area. Wild WorldCoin WLD. So this 382 is an area of interest for me, guys. You can see why I like this. Support. So I'd like to see it hold this region. So there's a possible scalp here on WLD you can look out for. That is around 1.425, that sort of region. Okay, let's take a look at perp. Jeez, this thing was mad. Okay, so finding resistance. This is the 8 hour. Let's look at 4. Okay, so this is banging into a resistance area now, and you can see why. So we can't get too long into resistance. It's slightly riskier. So you generally want to buy pullbacks onto decent areas. Let's look for some areas for this. The first one that comes to mind is the low of this region down here that we like. Okay, so it's a mini range. And then you can start pulling fibs from the low to the high. Okay, and you can see right now this is the 1 hour. It's rejecting off the 200-day MA, and it's dancing around a 382. Okay, and when things are bullish, we generally like the 382 the most. When we're feeling quite bearish, and we hit these 618s, like generally you feel the market's done a little bit, had a little bit more downside. You're not feeling so great. And then these things come out and they deliver for you the 618s. Obviously, the higher time frame, the better, guys. This is the 1 hour. So we're looking at the short-term move. So what do we get here? We get a 382 bounce potentially, but we still need to deal with this 200-day MA, or we get the 618 bounce that I like. If BTC drops to that 26.8, you might see perp at the 618 here. You might even see perp down there at this 0.58. So just remember, always try and tie in where BTC is and where your alts are. What are they sitting on? And try and find the corresponding levels for when BTC drops onto support. Where's your support for your altcoin? And just try and tie them in. And if you can't find it on certain ones, maybe move to the alts that do make more sense like that. And they are easier to deal with on those pullbacks.
Dylan, we forgot something here, Brew, when Bitcoin starts to move. One of the old favorites.
Stacks and BCH.
And I see that Debbie Nolan, she's onto it. Stacks, and so is Paul Sinclair.
Oh, look at it. Look at it.
Oh,
look at
wow.
it.
Yes, look at it.
Guys,
Look at that.
Oh.
Wow.
When we see Bitcoin move, we got to know.
okay, guys, you need to help us. Remind us. Okay, what moves when BTC pumps? Stacks, BCH. What's the other ones? BSV, all those things. Oh, guys, Okay, remember the last time BTC moved like 5%, I think stacks pumped 20%. And whoever remembered that, because it wasn't us, whoever remembered that has just benefited from this massive, massive move. I mean, look at this thing. When were we charting this? I can't even remember when we were doing this. Must have been back here. So this was a week ago. We were looking at support. Here was the support. Look at that. Respected it perfectly. 0.445. And how's this bounce now? Guys, wow. 10% move. BTC's probably sneezed 2 or 3%, and stacks is up. Okay. Am I too late for stacks? I would say potentially. You want to see stacks now find support in these areas up here. So you need to start dialing in a little bit. Let's look for some fib levels here. Look at that. 618 rejection. How's that? Okay, guys, again, I know it's boring, but if you haven't or you aren't using the 618, you are missing out. You need to use Fibonacci, guys. This is very important. Okay. These alts just love these fibs. 618, 50-day MA. What do we want to see now? We want to see stacks find support in this type of area now. So you can see this chart looks very similar to BTC. I mean, it's actually ridiculous. Look at that. This is the BTC 4 hour, and this is the stacks 8 hour. Let's pull the 4 hour up. I mean, they're basically the same thing, aren't they? Okay, so we want to see stacks find support in this region, even some kind of flag, something going on here, and then load up for the next move. Tie in your move back on stacks with wherever BTC might retrace. Looking at the stacks, we might even see this. If BTC comes back to that 26.8, we could see a move down to 0.4742 potentially. You can see this horizontal area. That looks interesting there. So, and that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. It's just a regular altcoin pullback. So let's look for that. Even a flag situation down there. Okay, keep an eye on that. I do like this 0.49 region though. If it can hold that, that could be quite fun. See Luba's here. How are you, Luba? Bruce. Okay. I'm going to give you the wheel again. We're getting questions for BLZ here.
Sure.
Can you do BLZ? I know you've smashed that thing.
BLZ, yeah.
And Dev says Craig's cheating on his 10,000 ladies. Yes, Dev. There was actually Jason traded 10,000 ladies yesterday. I think he did like 180% or something ridiculous.
Wow.
So it's still something to watch.
He's killing it in the event. He must have,
watch,
I think Jay must have 5x'd his account in the last week, and he didn't tell us any of the trades, only the results.
Guys, if you want to flash your P&L, guys, you got to give the trade first, though, right? You know the rules. Okay. Okay, Bruce, show us BLZ.
So no, just need to work on the back end with links and whatnot. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
See you now.
Yeah, and BLZ's clearly pumped. It's right at the top of the range. It looks like it's well, let's see what it actually does. Hold on, let me just make a marker to compare it. But it looks like it is right up against those last couple highs. Right, one right there, one right there. My guess right now is option A is it's just going to retreat back to the trend line and stay in here for a little bit. But if this market continues like this, it'd be really sweet to see it break out, come back and retest, at which point we would have ourselves a nice entry. And let's zoom out a bit and see where we could go with that. Are we looking at all-time highs here for this thing? Holy cow! Where are we?
It goes back to 2017. Okay. Yeah, it's actually
like
a
you got to go way back to find it, but we got potential.
This is why everyone, even in this office, can't believe why this BLZ is ripping like this. Nobody gets it.
Who's the hell? Yeah, I mean, if it pumps, it potentially could have another 24% in it up to that level. 30% up to that level. But I would not be surprised if it did it like it did it this last time, like a rapid wick up and a rapid wick down. So if I were going to take this trade, I would, let me zoom in again. I would definitely set your TPs in play just below that level, so you catch it, because you could literally get in, you're in profit, it's running, you go to the bathroom, you come back, and it's back down to where it started. Already wicked past your TP. So I'd put that definitely in, because it's likely to just pump and retreat. But I mean, since we're talking, look what it did. You see
So
that?
how do we? Yeah. So how? I mean, what's our trade here? Are we waiting for a pullback here onto this?
Exactly. I mean, that's the only thing left to do. I mean, you can't enter that without a huge long.
Yeah, look,
stop.
if you guys jump in now on a break, just understand, if you jump in now on a break and you 20x leverage and this thing pulls back to support, you're going to get rinsed. You're going to get stopped out. If you're trading spot or you're trading low leverage, and I'm talking 3x, 4x, 5x, obviously your risk is lower, and you can take that risk of jumping into a break that's already moved a little bit. But remember, I mean, what's the size of the stop here, Bruce? What are we looking at?
The stop down to that last low is 7.5%.
Yeah, so that, guys, that's massive. So remember, I mean, a lot of the time we trade leverage, and that's why if you're hanging with us, you see we like these precision entry areas, like these high impact zones, that sort of stuff. Those are like our preferred sort of areas, and it's mainly just risk management to eliminate the risk, because often you these alts want to test these supports in these big areas, and if you have to sit through a 7% bleed out, it's quite uncomfortable. Not for everybody. Some people don't mind it, but a lot of people don't like sweating out a 7% move, especially if you're on 5x, 10x leverage. So that's why I'd rather just wait for the ones where you get those precision entries. If you miss a trade, move on to the next. There's setups all day long. I mean, we've even got a setup brewing on oil here, believe it or not. I'm going to show you guys a short I'm looking for on oil when we're done with this one.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Patience is probably the number one thing that we have going for us as traders. And if you're just patient, which I'm going to actually start eyeballing this because I love this. I've traded this token a bunch, but let it come up a little bit more. At some point, it might come back down. I'm not saying it's gonna, but most tokens do come back down. And, and odds are that wherever this top is, you'll draw fib. And sure enough, that level that you can target, in this case, just I eyeballed it, would be the 382 or even the 618, either of those two levels. And you can get a golden entrance that has low risk and a high upside.
And if you are the type of FOMO, for example, I mean, there's a million trading strategies, guys, and you need to figure out what works for you. You can't take my strategy. You can't take Bruce's. Maybe take bits of everyone's and see how it gels with your personality, because most of trading is actually psychological and how you deal with loss, how you deal when you up. One of the strategies you can employ if you get FOMO all the time is you can ladder into trades. So if you want to just feel like you're in the position, you can maybe take 20% on a break. Then let's see what happens. If it goes up and it's running, well, at least you're in. If it pulls back, at least your risk is lower, right? And then you can still get your buys in lower. So you need to figure out what works for you guys. I see Bayan says he's shorting oil at 92.93. I happen to agree with you. And we've been teeing up this oil trade for, I think it's been 3 weeks. We've been looking for this oil trade. I'm going to show you this. Just patience, guys. The thing with these oil and gold and these type of things, they're much slower movers. The market closes on the weekend. You need to be patient. And here we are, oil. We had some guys, some traders out there calling shorts here at 89, 90, that sort of region. But we just stick to what we see on the chart here. Let's look at the RSI. I like the regular RSI for things like oil. Let's see what we got. Look at that. Now this thing is cooking. Okay. So over here, it just didn't feel ready down there. But now we're getting into this area. So what I'd love to see here now, guys, I want to see this price dip. I want to see the price pump again, but I want to see this RSI dip and then print a lower high over there. Okay. If we get a situation like that, we are golden. We can short this thing over here. Bayan, and then I agree with you there. 92 to 93. That's where we want to be. We want to see this price going up. We want to see the regular RSI coming down, saying it's getting tired and it's time to start selling this thing. We can short it when we get to this trend. We can add if we lose the trend, and then we can look for our targets coming down here. These things can't go up forever, guys. At some point, you get your opportunity. Even if it's just a pullback, you see a move like this, you'll get maybe 5-10% on oil trade. Oyati says, oil pump is horrible for gas price in Germany. I agree. It's horrible for gas price anywhere.
Everywhere.
Unless you have electric. You have electric cars. Well,
Yep.
they're different. You have electric car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fahad's been trading silver.
To the gas station anymore.
Fahad's silver trade went into his zone, but he missed it. Yeah, we hate that feeling, guys. It's the worst feeling when it hits your area or it misses your buy area by like a few cents, and you watch these things run away from you. Okay, let's update on what we're looking at. Oh, I see Wild's actually losing this 382. Sheldon, how's this WLD that we called earlier on your show? This thing absolutely ripped. We did like 240% on this thing.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I closed it at this 50-day. Yeah, I closed at the 50-day MA.
Good. Good.
These things are mad though, guys. Big movers, you got to be careful, and you got to take what it gives you because they take it away just as quickly.
Yep.
Okay, so now we've lost that level. So now we need to start looking for our next areas. This is why we have to wait patiently for these things. Let's see. I'm pulling a fib from the low to the high. Okay, look at that. Okay, so it lost this old horizontal, which was our retracement pull. So this fib over here, guys, let me show you how we got these targets. Okay, let me just show you guys what I did there. When you're identifying a target for a move, you look from the previous high to the low, and you want to see areas where it's going to move up to. So that is what gave us this horizontal tied in with this 382. So that was our trading target for the move from the break. Okay, then we also had the 618 over here. Now, if you want to look for a retracement on a move, let's eliminate that. Now we want to see if we assume that we found the high of this move. We go from the low to the high. Okay, we're making an assumption that the 50-day was the high. We go from the high to the low to the high, and we look for our pullbacks. And look what they're giving us here, 382. Okay, which is the bullish pullback zone. Okay, so this is potentially still on actually. And I'm seeing this 50-day MA come into play a lot on these altcoins lately, guys. We're getting nice reactions here. Johnny's not happy that we left Zoom. Johnny, yeah, we've moved on to YouTube only. We just found it was better that way, better scalability. Mike says he likes my headphones. Thanks, Mike. They make good sound. Yeah, so we're on YouTube now, guys. You can catch us every day on YouTube. We're all here. We are reading your comments, Johnny. We're getting everyone access to the comments. So you guys are our family here, and we are working on all of this stuff together. So we don't want to lose that sense of community. So you guys being involved is very important to us. Arash likes the music. So yeah, Johnny, just be patient. Right now I'm the only one with access to these comments. We're getting everyone able to get the comments going, so we can keep a nice flow of things for you guys. Mel, she wants sniper merch. Mel, me and DJ and Dave, we came up with a shirt we're gonna make for you guys. It's called Short Pass or Die Trying, and we're gonna get it right, and we're gonna send you guys these shorts. David got a cash short this weekend, but I see it's pumped again. I've got questions for Cass, so let's look at Cass. He called this
we'll definitely make merch. I think it's a big thing we're going to do. We will do merch.
Yeah, it's got to happen, guys, and we want to send it to you guys. We're going to short these things. We're gonna win on some. We're going to get wrecked on others, but you know what? We're going to have the T-shirts for it. So it's going to be great. Okay, so here's this Cass, the Cass situation, guys. Perfect bounce here off the support, horizontal support. So Dave was short here. He's not here today, unfortunately. He's back tomorrow, but he caught the short on Cass. He built a nice short position. He's ridden it down to support. I don't know if he's closed it now or not. I haven't heard back from him, but his short is still in play. You know, it hasn't broken the highs. So yeah, as far as it goes, his short is still on. I've set an alarm for you guys on Discord, 0.050, that area. I've got an alarm for you. So if Cass pings that area, it's time to pay attention. Might be offering up a short situation, or might be offering a situation where we're breaking old resistance and we might find some support for the long. So you'll get pinged, and then you can pull that chart up and you can make a call on how you guys want to play that. Alex likes the Cash short. Beth wants to see FTM. Yes, FTM, we're not giving it the attention it deserves. I think Beth, let's take a look at FTM.
It's pretty quiet.
It has been
I was
quiet.
going to long the crap out of it, but I don't know.
It's FTM and AVAX. I mean, AVAX is actually looking the worst. You must see how weak AVAX is looking. I'll show you guys now. Okay, so FTM is still in bear country, guys.
Yeah.
This is bear zone. We've lost this support region. You see this this area we lost over here, Beth. Lost this region. Okay, we lost it. We've pumped in. We've rejected, and we are still struggling here. So, the bulls really, they want to break higher and find support, no doubt. Bears, you know, that we're pushing into your short country here. So again, we're going to be tied into BTC. BTC pullback, where's it going to take Phantom? Well, a BTC pullback's probably going to take Phantom to retest this low from this weekend, 0.187, maybe lower. If BTC carries on pushing, let's look at it now. Let's just see where we are. So yeah, if BTC carries on pushing, we should get Phantom to pop over that zone, but then we need to figure out where will BTC settle down. And right now, the best area for BTC to settle down for me is still this 26.8. It still feels like we can just test this level and then go again. Otherwise, the supports we have are the 200-day and the 50-day. So not ideal. The best support for me is still this 26.
Nah, bro, Bitcoin must just go up now for like 12 months. Like no more pullbacks, no more slowing down. It must just go, bro.
I've forgotten what it feels like to have 5 days of green. Do you even remember what that feels like? 5 days of green.
Not really, but I know it's coming, bro. Like, yeah,
it's
Singapore. You must see it, bro. You must see what they are building the side, and like, it is absolutely incredible. Like, it's crazy how you go here and you see the amount of money, the amount of institutions, the amount of stuff that's happening, and then you jump onto Twitter and you see the complete opposite, and you start to understand, like stop paying attention to this like, you know, events and FUD and crap that's going on, because it's not true. Like, these guys are pumping.
Hallelujah.
These guys are extremely pumping.
I see Ian wants my face on his t-shirt. What should it say, Ian? Huh? Tell us what it should
say. Guys, let's come down. Let's tell them. So when are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it to 100K? But we're gonna get Dill a comb over. Come on, Dill. Are we still gonna do it? We're gonna do it. If Bitcoin goes, we're gonna give you a sexy, nice comb over. We gotta do it, Dill. We gotta do it.
BTC hits 100K. I'll do a comb over for a week. It's fun.
They'll never live it down.
We had somebody asking for unfire earlier. Just track this trend here. You can see there's a bit of trend pressure here. So just keep your eyes on this one.
Yeah.
There could be a nice little break here on unfire. So just track this. Your supports would be under these candles here. I would say 7.4 is your main sort of pullback area. But yeah, track the trend. You could get a little pop here. Get something along those lines. Look out for the rejection at 7.85. So we often get the break, we get the rejection at a horizontal area, and that tees us up for the retest. So just look out for that.
I'll post this one in Discord. because I'm.
Oh, you've got it. Okay, guys. So
Yeah,
that's going into Discord. Bruce will drop it in there. The charts, guys, remember, most of the charts that we show you are in the Discord. Some of them obviously aren't. In fact, we can drop some of these under live show charts in the Discord while we're talking, so we can do that as well. So just get onto the Banter Discord. The VIP guys have access. Eric says it must be shorted to 0. I like that. We'll put that on. We put that on a shirt. I like that. I like
to
that.
0.
Okay, cool. 𝗬𝗦𝗍𝗍. We got a question on 𝗬𝗦𝗍𝗍. Let's look at that. Anybody surprised that 𝗬𝗦𝗍𝗍 bounced on a 618? Let us know if anyone's shocked by that. 618 coming into play once again for us on these altcoins. In fact, you could probably get away in your entire life just trading a 618 if you're patient enough. Look at this thing. Low to the high, 618 bounce. Okay, so 𝗬𝗦𝗍𝗍 is bear country at 2. So we're not doing anything until we crack through that at the moment. Let's look at a zoomed in version. Let's see what's going on here. I want to see what type of trend we have. Okay, I'm pulling a fib from the low of that 618 move to the high. Okay, we are playing around this 382 at the moment. So guys, remember the best buys are not when things are green already. The best buys are when you actually feel uncomfortable and you don't want to be in a position. Those often work out to be the best entries you're going to get. If you are trying to jump into positions now, you are actually a little bit late. It should have been when you were very uncomfortable earlier when you weren't sure. So 𝗬𝗦𝗍𝗍, I don't have a high conviction setup for you. Maybe Bruce has a different opinion right now, but for me, 𝗬𝗦𝗍𝗍, for me, the entry was the 618 bounce. Or potential short opportunity brewing for 𝗬𝗦𝗍𝗍 in this zone over here, the 2 level. You could even get a little wick up into that 50-day. That's a possibility. Otherwise, we're looking for pullbacks into these type of areas. Bulls want to see the move up, support, and then go. Okay, so right now there's no long or short here for me.
Yeah.
Let's look at... Yes, by the fear, guys, it really is a thing. Like, if you're jumping in watching a trading show because the market's been green for 4 hours, you've missed everyone that was taking these setups when the market was red, when everyone was feeling uncomfortable. I promise you guys, those are the best setups you get is when everyone is too scared to do anything. Okay, we got a lot of questions on Doge. We have looked at Doge. Let's do Doge and Ape and Rune quickly.
Yeah. And take another look at Wilder when you get a chance, because the retest seems to be playing out right at the 382 and trend line.
Okay, so guys, this is where we left Ape the other day. There was a token unlock, I believe. I think Rodolfo filled everyone in that there was a token unlock on Ape. My areas for Ape was the 1.2 for a short. We were looking at shorts there, and we were looking at ones for a buy. So my view on Ape hasn't really changed. This is why I think it's still a short zone up here. We've got this horizontal region here, and we've got this trend. I think it's got a lot of work to do here. I'm leaning more towards a short for now. If we break the trend and the horizontal support, well, then we change our opinion and we change our view, and then we can look at that and we're going to look for that move higher. But right now, for me, Ape is a short at 1.2, that sort of region, and it's longs at 1. Let's look at Rune. Okay, nice. Okay, so Rune, we were looking for this flag today. Just too bullish. Too bullish to come even give us a 382. Look at that. Let's see if it gave us a 236, guys. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so when the market is super bullish or even super bearish, the type of pullbacks and moves you get, sometimes you got to pull out the 236 fib when things are really ripping, and Rune is a good example of this. I generally in a bullish market look for the 382 as my preferred pullback zone, but look at this 236 that we got it up to that high, and look how this settled down into this 236. So add it to your armory.
So the 236 is an amazing tool to track if your coin is still strong. So it's not so much to add. It's more like, okay, my whole position's in, and every time it makes a wave, does it keep holding the 236? If it keeps holding it, keep holding your trade. So it's a nice tool, not ready to add, but to know if you should keep holding. I think that's a great tool.
Yeah, okay. I mean, my preferred is always the 382-618, guys. That's my preferred thing, but exactly what Sheldon's saying. When things are super bullish, that 236 comes into play, and you can just see it sat very nicely on that 236 and pushed up. It's too late now, in my opinion, to start longing Rune right now, because now we got to deal with this high at 2. So let's deal with this high first. Let's see what we get. Let's see the type of reaction we get up here. See what they give us. The bulls want to wait till we up and break through. We want support there now. The bears are obviously teeing up shorts in this area, so just be a little bit more patient now with Rune. Let's see what it does at the 2 mark. Filecoin. I looked. Safwan wants Filecoin. Yes, we must do that. I actually updated it today. Let's do a Doge update as well. Here's the Doge update, guys. We were talking about this earlier. This is the 4 hour. Okay, so we've actually got a trend break. We've had a little bit of a retest here so far. Sheldon, your Doge trade is low leverage. You've got
I got a high leverage one too. I'll share my screen.
Yeah, just let us know where your stops are so the guys can see how you're setting it up.
So I'm just opening my Bybit again quickly. So my stop's at 6-1 for the 15. So I'll share it now. Give me 2 secs. Yeah, 6-1 for the 15x, and then
6.1.
Yeah, so it is like a 2%er. So I'm playing it slightly higher there. I'm giving it room, because you don't give these trades room is when they really catch you.
Yeah, look, I'm a big fan of giving breathing room, guys. I'd rather see less trades, but with bigger breathing room, than loads of smaller ones getting stopped out every second or third. Let them sweat a bit. How often do we get these pullbacks and you come back 2 hours later and it's back where you started and you're not even in your position?
Yeah, that's true.
Sheldon, so 0.061 or under that area, guys, is one of the stops that we're looking at, and you can see why this makes sense. Look at this. These are the previous lows from this morning, so you can look for stops under those areas. Then another area for maybe the spot or the low leverage, guys, there's another region there, 0.06, 04, and then there's another. The big one would be 0.059. So that's probably your safest one.
5.9 is my 3x.
Yeah. So I would say that the market's falling over if you losing that 0.059. So if you are low leverage or spot, that's probably your best scenario. Quite a small little position there from Sheldon. I think we need to increase the size.
Yeah, here's my other two. My Sol's printing a little bit at the moment, so that one's pretty good. And the Doge is sort of just hovering. So I got 81k Doge. This is a 5k on 15x isolated, and then I got a Solana 10x as I still think there's going to be a Solana squeeze. So right now it's fighting the $20 mark, which is major resistance. But then there's like a gap to 22.5. So I want to hit that. And you can see I have my stop loss around 19.35. So they are like 2%, you know, a little bit more of a riskier one at the moment. So I'm probably risking around 20. But this is obviously the bigger one that I'm giving a lot more room. I actually want to hold this, like I actually want to build it and hopefully hold it for like 6 months, to be honest. So that's my goal with that one. And then I got the 15x's where as soon as I get a 5% pump now, I'm out of both of them. Like I just want to have that account that's just taking profits every 3, 4, 5%. That's probably been the best strategy in the whole entire market. Let me take us off.
Yeah. I think two separate accounts, guys, because it's very easy to get caught into the FOMO and holding, and you start feeling a little bit greedy just naturally. Yeah. So if you have two accounts where you have maybe different rules, one of the accounts you prepare to let it run a bit longer, and the other one you have a set rule. You don't break it.
Like it's there. It's not there to hold. And at least you got the other one that if it continues, you know, you're still in.
Yeah. Guys, and it's perfectly normal. We feel this all the time. When trades are pumping, it's very difficult to close it. But you got to stick to whatever your rule is that you've made for yourself. You need to stick to it, and it's very difficult, guys. Especially when they
this is probably the strategy. The strategy that I'm doing now is a bull market strategy, because you have one account that's very active, and the other one is there to swing and to allow, I wouldn't say mistakes, but early sales. So you got to get used to that in a bull. You're going to have one account that's going to be in and out, in and out, in and out, and the other one's going to catch the longer weekly, like wait for weekly stochastics at the bottom and build those positions slowly. You'll hold them for like 2-3 months.
So there was a question on Filecoin, guys. Here's Filecoin. I've got a little trend for you. I've got a little trend break. If you're looking for exit areas, look, I mean, when the market turns bullish, Filecoin out of nowhere will rip 50%. Before you even blink. So it's always on my watch list. I'm never taking it off my watch list. So you can find it on Discord as well. There's the first sort of area I would look as a stop, 3.22. This is the Filecoin 8 hour. Don't forget we have resistance coming up. 50-day MA, 618 fib, and a horizontal. So this is a big dog here, 3.58. There is an alarm for the Discord, guys. So you will get pinged when Filecoin hits that. And that's either going to be a short opportunity, or if you're a bull, you're going to need to wait for it to break up and find support at about 3.6. When you have support at about 3.6, then you can start climbing in for the ride to about 4.1.
Cool, guys. 12 o'clock at night here. I'm gonna go hit it. Well done. Love you guys.
Looking forward to having you back in the office.
So good to have you here.
6 hours. Yeah, well done, guys. It's incredible. I'm excited. This is going to be a lot more of the channel that we're just going to trade on. So this is going to become the full trading channel. So it's nice. And I obviously want to jump on with you guys a lot more. So keep kicking ass still. You look like a rock star, bro. Bruce. Your boss.
Thank you, sir. So good to see you. Welcome
back. Give me a round of applause. Hold on. There we go.
Give it. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay, later, bro. Sleep well. See you, man. Okay, guys. So there's a couple more we can do for you quickly, and then we're going to jump off as well.
Yep.
Let's take a look here. Bruce, do you see anything interesting that you want to take on there? Do you want to look at something for somebody?
I wanted to take another look at the entrance to WLD. For you.
Okay, should I pull mine up?
Yeah, pull yours up. It's simple. Because
Okay,
I'm
so
tracking. If you go the shorter time frame, and then pull the fib from the bottom there, I got it coming back to the 382, and it's got that wedge forming. I'm just waiting it to come to Papa.
We're gonna get a shirt that says "Come to Papa." That's also gonna happen with Bruce's face on. Definitely gonna happen. Okay, yeah, guys. So we got the 382 on WLD, so that is something to watch. 1.395, that sort of area. That's a good one.
That's what I'm watching.
Rodolfo says Gala's taking its time. Yes, Gala's taking its time. At the minute, there's a sniff that they are sorting their issues out and that they are still a functioning business, I think it will fly. Remember, the same thing happened to Solana. Just everyone forgot about it. They were shorting it, and then out of nowhere it squeezed and doubled in price. So I wouldn't say stop watching Gala. I would keep my eyes on it. So Gala is in the Discord. I think David's also charting this one right now. Very tight range. 0.0136 is the low, and this tight range 0.0153 is your high. So just play that area for now. I think keep it on your list. Keep it on your list. Robert says this is awesome. It is awesome. It is very awesome. We love doing this with you guys. It's so much fun. I mean, we do this anyway. Like we'd be talking to ourselves somewhere else, whether it's in our other chat groups or whatever, and now we get to share it with you. I mean, what a great answer to everything. Okay, KDA. Let's look. Goldie wants KDA. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, so we identified a trend, obviously, whenever that was. And it's holding the trend in the 786. So there's a reason we identified that area. Look at that. Okay, so guys, when you get a trend and a horizontal and a fib tying up together, it's a free gift from the market. And they give you a bounce. Even if it's a few percent, it's there for you. Doesn't mean it's going to go up forever. But these high conviction, high impact zones are the ones that you need to be patient and wait for. And you get rewarded for your patience. I mean, there's a little 6% bounce if you traded the trend, fib, and horizontal zone on KDA. So where's it going to go now? I would like to see this area become support. So let's see if we get something along these lines. Let's look for that. Otherwise, highlight this area on your side and see what we get when we get down there. So just be patient now if you didn't get that original move down. Adrian wants to see 𝗂𝗏. Yes, let's look at 𝗂𝗏. That's a good one. Okay, trend break, trend retest, a deep retest. Wow, it's I mean, that was almost a full round trip there for 𝗂𝗏. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, quickly reclaim that 786, but look at that, quite a wick down there. Not looking my best right now, I must say. It's also printed a new low. We don't really like to see that either. We want to see, I see AVAX did the same thing. It printed new lows, which is a little bit concerning because it's a long way down for AVAX from where it is now without any breaks. Okay, so 𝗂𝗏, if you like 𝗂𝗏, your stop 0.607 or the previous low 0.596. Those are your stop areas. Okay. If it was me, I'd probably look at a low leverage situation and not stress too much about it. And I would put my stop under this area, but a little bit deeper. I'd let it breathe a little bit in case they come try and wick you. So 0.592, that sort of region.
Yeah, there's not much support there really, though.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not looking great. I think there might be better setups.
And if you go back in time, if you go back to January, there's a low there, 0.507. That I wouldn't be surprised if we tagged that again.
Yeah, that's pretty deep there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, eyes on that low, guys. Look, it's a buy down there, though. If it comes down there, it's a buy. It's a buy.
In a heartbeat.
Along that thing. Jasmine.
Attic. Yeah, Matic is so beat up.
Matic, Matic's in trouble. AVAX is in trouble. Not looking good. I think 𝗦𝗡, they are changing the token, if I'm not mistaken. If anyone knows in the chat, let us know what the story is there. But I believe they're doing a rebranding or they're doing something like that. Okay, 𝗕𝗂𝗍𝗍 accumulating here. Lots of accumulation. This type of thing can blow up eventually. Watch that. Watch that. It is slow.
What does 𝗕𝗂𝗍𝗍 do? Do you know what 𝗕𝗂𝗍𝗍 is?
I've got no idea.
Okay.
So I don't know what 𝗕𝗂𝗍𝗍 does, but I do know that I read a thing this morning that for the Japanese market, taking on crypto, they reckon 𝗕𝗂𝗍𝗍 will be a big token. So what it quite does, yep. I think it might be a layer. I think, was it not connected to that Rose coin? Oh, it's a long time ago. I know I made a lot of money in the beginning.
Okay.
It's a long time.
Okay, what do I like about...
Hello?
That
was funny.
You got left alone
where'd
there.
everybody go?
There.
I was like, hello? What were we talking about there?
No, well, you're going to have to take the reins there.
It's all right.
He's coming back now.
We were winding down, but
You got booted.
what do we got? We did unparalleled, we already did, but we can take another quick look at it. Oh, I can't put anything up because Dylan's controlling it.
He's
go.
coming back.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm here. My screen just died on me. It just disappeared. Okay, I'm back.
That was funny. It's like all of a sudden, you and Craig both disappeared at the same time. I'm going like, hello?
Okay, so show us what are you looking at here, and then we're gonna do. Oh, you're looking at unfire, and then we're gonna do BCH, 𝗕𝗂𝗍𝗍.
Yeah, then we'll look at unparalleled one more time.
Okay. And we gotta look at vet as well. Oh, Rob, thanks for that. He says 𝗦𝗡 token will be called POL.
Really? Okay.
Apparently.
Okay. POL.
Okay, so is unfire longing yet? Or what are we doing there?
I'm gonna. I've read if we got. I'm gonna set this up. It looks like it's just about to break out of the trend. It's solidly at support.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do this unfire quickly. Then we're gonna do vet, and then we're gonna jump.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a quick recap on where we are with BTC as well.
Yeah, that's me. I didn't know that my screen was up there. Yeah, I'm looking at pretty simple setup right there, and wait for it to confirm the tag below. But looking at again, I make pretty tight stops, so something like that. With your stop below those lows right there. You can either take it next time it kind of comes down over here, or wait for it to break through the trend line, retest to come up, or a little bit of both. Do a little bit of entrance soon, and then wait for it to break through and confirm that, and then build the rest of the position.
What time frame is this? 1 hour.
I'm on the 1 hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So you can buy those deep pullbacks, those moves down, those deep pullbacks you buy.
I don't see any difference on the 15 minute. It's exactly
yeah.
the same. Yeah, it looks exactly the same on the 15.
So you can buy on those supports. You buy deep on those supports. If we lose those supports, it's invalidated. And then great, obviously. Yeah.
And you'll notice that it's slowly. You'll notice that the shorts are a little more shallow each time. So the first time it came down to there, next time was a little less, which is confirming that there's some bullish momentum building. So I'd love to pick this thing up somewhere around. This is a come to Papa scenario for me. I guess we're gonna
Papa. Guys, I must be honest. This vet is looking very interesting.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm so bored of vet, but we can't deny that there's something happening here. Look at this candle. Look again, guys, how this 50-day MA is coming to play one more time. This is the daily. If you are bullish on VET, you can look for your exits under the dailies. For example, you can look for your exits under the 50-day MA. So the first area would be the dailies or the 50-day MA. Those are potential stop zones for VET. We also have this horizontal area here. Okay, so this, in fact, this whole area here is actually a bounce area. Hold on, so let's look carefully at this thing. Okay, so you can see VET is bouncing on the 382 fib right now, guys. Look there. Okay, so that 382 is coming into play. 382, guys, 618. Those are big for me in my trading strategy and the tools I use.
Yep.
Then we've got the 50-day and this horizontal zone just below. Okay. Horizontal levels are big, especially on the daily. These are big areas, strong areas.
Yeah.
It's a pity these fibs aren't tying in with the horizontal. It's unfortunate. I like to see if we had a 618 lining up with that horizontal, I would be very excited. Unfortunately, it's not. So what do we have to rely on? We've got VET on a 382 bounce. That's nice. So support under 382, support under 50-day and horizontal. So that would be 001628 is a potential stop area. Otherwise, it's under the 382, 00169. And then you've got the 618 lower down, 0.016 area.
Actually, Bill, if you even come into the 4 hour, there is you'll see that it actually has some support there. Not as strong as the daily, but it's there.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, look at that, guys. So if you zoom in probably on the 15 minutes, you'll see it broken the 15-minute trend as well.
Yeah.
So the scalpers are already getting stuck into VET.
Yeah.
You can see that. Look at that. Okay, so
yeah, that's pretty.
Bruce loves a 15-minute breakout.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. You might even get this little retest here. So here's this horizontal I talk about.
Yeah.
You get the bang, and then you get the retest. Then it can go. So look for that. Yeah, but VET overall is looking good. Looking good.
Yeah. I like that. Just gotta wait for it to come back to good entrance.
Okay, and I did commit to the BCH chart, and then I have to run, guys.
Okay.
Let's look at BCH. Oh yes, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Trend break. Trend retest.
Cash. Isn't that one of Craig's favorites?
He loves that, and stacks.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't even know when we looked at this chart, but it's classic, isn't it? Look at this.
Yeah.
We've probably got a 382 bounce here.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, these are like my dream setups. You get the daily, so such a high time frame, so strong. You can see this is a support resistance area, SR zone rejecting here. But we had the break of trend, and we always look for a rejection. As we break the trend, we look for that rejection at a nice horizontal, sends it back down. What did we get? 382 buy on trend. And what do you get for that as a gift? You get the bounce. Now we want to see. So the best entrance or the best entry was on this pullback 382. Now you want to see this break. You want to see this hold here, and then we can ride it up to that next area. But again, guys, you must be patient. You wait for those trend pullbacks. You wait for the 382 on higher time frames, those sort of things. You get your best buys in there. If you miss those buys, then you actually behind the game. Then you're looking for scalps on 15 minutes, and you're trying to catch up to your areas. So the best ones are when you're feeling the most uncomfortable, when things are pulling back into high impact areas or high reaction zones, and it doesn't feel right. Often those are the best entries for you. Okay, guys, thank you. That was fun. Hopefully you got some good setups out of there. Debbie says Sol's pumping. Well, that's great news for all of us. Guys, our Twitter links are all in the description. Follow us on Twitter. Bruce is quite new to Twitter, but he is posting a few things every now and again. I'm posting maybe once a day. There are setups there on Twitter, so follow us on Twitter. We're also streaming, we should be streaming through our Twitter as well. So yeah, you should pick up those links there. Cool. And that's it for us for now. And we will be back tomorrow, same time.
Yep.
We're doing it all over again. We'll update the Discord before we come on live, so you can check the Discord before you click on, look for your favorite token, see where we are. Cool. And yeah, the rest is available on Discord, and looking forward to doing this all over again tomorrow, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Trade safe.
We'll see you later.